I say, not run. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
He's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation.
With an all-time great, not a generational great, an all-time great. A generational great would almost dictate that Oleksandr Usyk is just a great in the last 10, 15 years. No. Oleksandr Usyk is a great.
Oleksandr Usyk responded to Floyd Mayweather's remarks by stating that boxing is a sport for gentlemen, not a street fight. He stressed that true fighters don't rely on trash talk or avoidance. Instead, they prove their worth inside the ring.
Hey, listen, boxing, it's sport and the gentleman. It's not a street fight. It's a boxing. Listen, boxing. It's a boxing. Say it again.
Do you think he was being dirty during the whole fight?
I don't have idea. I have no idea.
No.
Maybe.
Two analysts continue to point out the stark contrast between Oleksandr Usyk and Floyd Mayweather. Usyk carries himself with humility and grace, never letting ego overshadow his achievements. In contrast, Mayweather often presents himself as superior to everyone in the sport. Usyk's respectful demeanor and grounded outlook distinguish him, proving that true greatness doesn't require arrogance or self-glorification.
One of the best of all time. I know a lot of people are kind of probably going to hear me say that and say, you're going too far, you're this, that. Because I've seen that straight away. As soon as Usyk did that, he's 2-time undisputed heavyweight, 1-time cruiserweight, 3-time undisputed. His resume, yes, look, at heavyweight, it's a lot of rematches, but it's the way he's doing it.
Yeah.
And he's not just, okay, he could have 10 world, Deontay Wilder has 10 world title defenses.
Yeah.
Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury are the only ones you really have any kind of weight to them. Usyk is taking on the perceived either number 1 or number 2 in these defenses.
Yeah.
Fury perceived number 1. AJ at the time 1. Dubois number 2. He's taken like, all right, who's the next in line? All right, I'm fighting him.
Yeah.
That's the way he's doing it.
Interview 3. Derek Chisora has openly praised Oleksandr Usyk's exceptional mindset in boxing abilities. He described Usyk as mentally resilient and disciplined, approaching every bout with unwavering focus. Chisora even joked that beating someone like Usyk would take a crazy person, highlighting just how frustrating it is to face him. He commended Usyk's footwork, intelligence, and composure under pressure, calling him a true master in the ring. While Usyk may appear friendly outside the ring, Chisora noted that inside, he becomes a dangerous, unstoppable force.
Listen, what I'm saying is this, yeah. To beat Oleksandr Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head. Yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Or to take the fight in the first place.
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
I had a coffee with him, we were just chatting. The guy lives in Ukraine.
Yep.
Yeah. He goes, oh, before I came on the plane, I was sleeping in my house, and then those missiles were going over my house, and I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, I'll just go to sleep. There's some craziness, isn't it? I mean, like, imagine you're in your house in Barna, Timbuktu, and then missiles are going. What are you gonna be like?
Yeah, he's cut from very different stuff.
Yeah,
isn't he?
exactly.
He's
So,
cut from
and
very
then
different
remember,
stuff.
so you have to come in there looking to go to the other side because he's looking to go to the other side. Mate, can you do us a favor? Can you stop beating us up? No.
Interview for Chisora went a step further, comparing Usyk to the legendary Muhammad Ali, dubbing him the Ali of this generation. He praised Usyk's exceptional footwork, timing, and ring intelligence, especially for a heavyweight. Chisora emphasized that Usyk doesn't rely on brute force, but instead defeats opponents with finesse and sharp tactics. Usyk.com confidence and fluid style remind him of Ali, saying that watching Usyk in action is like witnessing poetry in Chuna, graceful presence bringing elegance back to heavyweight boxing.
Everybody gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, how can I explain it to you in a way you understand? We can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where it's due. Yeah? He is that guy.
Renowned boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has echoed the growing sentiment that Oleksandr Usyk is more than a champion, he's a once-in-a-generation talent. Having worked with many elite fighters, Hearn described Usyk as one of the most technically gifted boxers in recent decades. His seamless transition from cruiserweight to heavyweight, all while maintaining his speed, timing, and composure, has impressed the boxing world. Hearn's endorsement isn't mere praise.
Just, you're talking about one of the great generational. I watched the first 2 rounds, and Dubois looked really dangerous. Came out, backed him up, and then Usyk just decided, I can't allow him to back me up, so I'm going to go on the front foot and box aggressive here. And he knocked him spark out. Unbelievable. Just a true
Following his latest dominant performance, Usyk has ascended into the upper echelon of boxing history. Analysts now rank him as the 4th greatest fighter of all time, an extraordinary position rarely given to active boxers. This recognition is based not just on his victories, but on the caliber of opponents he has defeated and the consistent brilliance he displays. His adaptability across weight divisions and willingness to fight top-tier opponents on their home turf speaks volumes. His legacy is now backed by data, achievements, and undeniable impact.
Now, what's yours, Jerry? What's yours?
Oleksandr is the 4th greatest fighter on my personal all-time list.
Wow.
It's number 4. He's only behind Ali.
Oh, on your all-time list?
All time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Only behind Floyd, Ali, and Manny. So, I'm really high on Oleksandr.
Oleksandr Usyk is more than just a world champion, he's a symbol of tactical excellence and technical brilliance. Outside the ring, his demeanor is calm and humble. Inside, he's razor-sharp, strategic, and fearless. Usyk doesn't seek the spotlight or engage in trash talk. Instead, he lets his performance do the talking. For itself, he has dismantled both seasoned champions and emerging talents, with his victory over Daniel Dubois further solidifying his dominance. Dubois, known for his power and physicality, posed a serious threat on paper, but Usyk neutralized him through sheer strategy and skill. Despite his continued success, Usyk remains grounded. He doesn't declare himself the greatest, even as the world begins to do so for him. His quiet confidence offers a refreshing contrast in an era where ego often takes center stage.
You know, it was sort of broken up in different directions. Even I wasn't sure because although I believe Usyk is the fighter of the generation in this weight class, he's at an age where, you know, overnight you sort of show up and you don't have it anymore. You know, Ali randomly lost to Leon Spinks around this age and whatnot. You know, so you know you could get where all of a sudden, you know, it's not there on the night. So. And you know, you had
heavyweights takes 1 second.
Yeah,
1 split second, you're off.
Yeah, exactly. And you also had a very motivated Dubois to add to that second, you know, who's a very powerful puncher and has sort of this bully mentality when he gets you in an uncomfortable position. But, you know, Usyk, you know, flawless performance technically, you know, stepping out to that weak side consistently, mixing up the jabs, making things uncomfortable for Dubois rhythm-wise.
He seemed more aggressive, right? Normally, I think with some of the bigger guys, he slides to the weak side, slides to the weak side. This was different.
I think with Dubois, the psychology is kind of out of the bag in that you got to kind of bully the bully, you know, and Dubois came out trying to bully him a little bit, so he started touching him and hitting him, and he started taking it to him because you start backing him up, you start putting him in a situation where he starts to doubt himself, and Dubois doesn't really come back from that very often. As a matter of fact,
he doesn't bend, he breaks.
In the fight, I thought he's a little bit awkward, Dubois. I don't know, but
he's one of those awkward strong guys.
Yeah,
he's just like super strong, awkward as hell.
He goes down and he takes the full count, and then he just gets up at 10 and walks across the ring right in front of Usyk, who's celebrating middle of the ring, like with his hands up in the air. Just casually walks right by Usyk's celebration as if he didn't just get counted out to 10.
Foreman Ali. Remember, he walks right to his corner.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, you could have got up.
Yeah.
You waited to 10 and then
he was a beaten man.
You waited to 10 and then not only you get up, you don't even have the presence of mind to realize like I'm walking right into the picture where he's celebrating.
What
truly sets Usyk apart is the timeless nature of the praise he receives. He's not just regarded as the best of this generation. He's being mentioned alongside boxing's eternal legends. His accomplishments are already being etched into the sport's history, serving as blueprints for future fighters. Becoming undisputed across divisions and defeating elite opponents with class and intellect has made his place in boxing lore undeniable.
He tried to jab, he tried to throw that right hand, and he landed that right hand a couple of times, by the way. He got Oleksandr Usyk in the corner, and he was trying to work, but ultimately, he's in there with an all-time great. Not a generational great, an all-time great. A generational great would almost dictate that Oleksandr Usyk is just a great in the last 10, 15 years. No. Oleksandr Usyk is a great since boxing began. Since boxing began, people. Understand what we're watching here. We're not watching a generational great. We're watching an all-time great. That's what Daniel Dubois was in there with. There is a discussion in my brain right now as I'm talking to you about where Oleksandr Usyk is when it comes to the best heavyweights of all time. Like in my head right now, I'm thinking, who beats him?
A growing debate among boxing circles questions whether Usyk has surpassed icons like Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather in pure boxing ability, while Ali remains iconic and Mayweather undefeated. Some critics argue that Mayweather's peak opposition doesn't match Usyk's level of challenge. Unlike Mayweather, who relied heavily on defense and branding, Usyk's reputation is built purely on skill, courage, and in-ring brilliance. Ben Davison also joined those applauding Usyk's greatness. He pointed out the rarity of Usyk's feat becoming undisputed in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions. According to Davison, Usyk's adaptability, mental toughness, and technical mastery place him in a league of his own. Coming from a trainer with deep insight into the sport, Davison's praise holds significant weight.
Makes it obviously another thing for you, but
really a good time for me to talk about that sort of thing. So,
besides just how good is Oleksandr Usyk? We've seen him now come into the heavyweight division, fight a Derek Chisora, fight Anthony Joshua twice, fight Tyson Fury twice, and he's the undisputed heavyweight. No, he was until obviously the belt let go. But what do you make of him as a fighter? Just sum him up, special fighter.
Yeah, he's put himself in the mix to be. He's put himself in the mix as one of the greatest heavyweights that's ever been. So, undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, amazing.
View 12 Usyk's path to greatness hasn't been easy. He never padded his record with easy wins or waited for favorable conditions. Instead, he consistently pursued tough opponents even if it meant entering hostile territory. From facing undefeated champions to local fan favorites, Usyk has always sought challenges that others avoided. This warrior mentality has earned him deep respect. He believes that true greatness must be earned, not inherited, and his entire career reflects that belief.
I'm sorry. I can't help it, man. I fucking love this. Honestly, I fucking love this game.
He's missed it! It's over! It's over! Fuck the greatest of all time!
Fuck me. I'm sorry for going on like a lunatic, right? But it was unbelievable. And it's funny how this fight all came about, right? The controversy in the last fight, which for me was never controversial. It was a low blow, simple as that. And I don't think we've ever seen Oleksandr Usyk ever look for an easy way to win. In fact, I think of all the fighters on planet Earth, he is the one who takes the hardest road to win. There's no tune-up fights for Oleksandr Usyk. It's the biggest fight in a heavier weight than he should even be fighting at, and he makes life harder for himself, not easier. And I think he is proven his character time and time again. But yet he was accused of not being, you know, a real Christian because he was a cheat. He was accused of deserving an Oscar because he was a play actor and robbing Daniel Dubois of what should have rightfully been his, which was a world title. And after the Tyson Fury fight, Daniel Dubois stepped in the ring and called him out. And Oleksandr Usyk immediately turns to Turki Al-Sheikh and says, Mr. Excellency, make the fight. He had no problem in setting this up. And immediately you kind of think he was in the middle of talking about his, you know, his father, I think at the time. It was an emotional moment. That's a time where when you've accomplished what he's done, you deserve respect. And I think he was disrespected there. And I think he took that personally, in the words of Michael Jordan. Now, in the first round, Oleksandr Usyk did exactly what he needed to do to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois coming in with a load of confidence, wanting to be the aggressor, wanting to be the dominant bull that he was against Anthony Joshua.
Boxing coach Dave Coldwell has also praised Usyk's relentless work rate and exceptional accuracy. While most heavyweights rely on bursts of power, Usyk maintains a steady tempo, breaking down opponents with constant, calculated pressure. Coldwell emphasized that Usyk's bodywork and pace control make him nearly impossible to handle, allowing his opponents time to rest or reset.
Pick up the pace, and you just still can't go with it. It takes, you know, it does have an effect. But what I'm trying to say is, Usyk's work to the body, the volume of body punches. I'd like to see the stats on body punching, be it straights, be it a jab, be it backhands, whatever. Because Usyk's volume of body work is what I thought was the difference in the fight. His lead hand activity was probably the best it's been since he's been at heavyweight, maybe. I thought he took away, you know, we were all talking about the Fury right uppercut. Going into the fight because he had a lot of success. We were all talking about what Tyson's going to do. But, you know, I said Usyk's clever. His people, they're going to look at that and see what they can do better.
Former world champion and analyst Paulie Malignaggi called Usyk's recent performance a technical masterpiece. He admired Usyk's balance, movement, and use of angles throughout. The fight, according to Malignaggi, Usyk's foot placement, timing, and ring IQ were nearly flawless, allowing him to inflict damage while staying out of harm's way.
Dubois in their rematch stops him early. Was it 4 or 5? I don't even. I'm so caught up in the moment. I don't even know which round it was. It was 4 or 5. But man, it was in the first half of the fight. What a performance by Oleksandr Usyk, and a lot to discuss here, guys. A lot to break down here. First off, you know, Dubois much more successful in the first fight than the second fight. Was the wet ring? Did the wet ring have anything to do with it? I saw in the post-fight interview, Dubois was asked about why he couldn't land his jab. What do you guys think? Was obviously Usyk's gonna make some adjustments. I think the adjustments are gonna be made in rematches. But did the wet ring? Because I thought the wet ring had a big part to do with why Usyk had some trouble in that first fight. And you know, a wet ring hurts footwork guys more. I was a footwork guy. I've worked out sometimes in wet rings. It's frustrating. I've actually thrown temper tantrums in gyms over rings being too wet. So you know, I mean, back in the day, not now. But what I'm saying is, you know, to fight in a wet ring, that had to have some effect on Usyk and his footwork, because he's a footwork guy. And tonight, you just saw his footwork was stupendous, magnificent.
According to Roos, Usyk entered his recent fight with a quiet fury. Despite all he's achieved, some voices, particularly in the British media, continue to undervalue his legacy. Usyk, feeling overlooked, stepped into the ring, not just to win, but to make a statement. He fought with clarity, purpose, and intensity, proving to critics and fans alike that he's not just a champion, but a legacy-defining athlete who deserves full recognition.
I think he went out there with bad intentions, didn't he? I think he was on a mission to prove that, you know, 38 isn't old yet. And I was talking to some other guys, including Richie Woodall, and saying that, you know, like, he's gotten better. If you look at his last 3 fights, the first Fury fight, second Fury fight, and this one, each one has gotten better, you know, more dominating each time. So, you know, age is a number, I guess. When you're in the gym all the time, it takes a long time to age.
When we spoke on Thursday, I could tell you were genuinely confident, but did you believe it could be so early and so conclusive?
No, I'd be lying to you if I said that, you know. I mean, no, I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, and until next time,